Hey losers! Earlier, I asked you guys on my Instagram for some of your gayest questions. Hi, this is future editor Ed. I just want to say for continuity, I recorded this video when I was 8 months on T. I'm now 10 months on T, so it's taken me 2 months to get this video out. Just in case you're watching in live time and you're like, wait, he's blonde now. Why is he not blonde? Yeah, sorry it's taken so long. Enjoy though. And gay questions require gay answers. So here I am to answer your gay questions. Let's go. Do you have the IKEA shark? Yes, I do. I'm just gonna keep him here for now. If I put him next to me, you can't see him, but just like know that he's here. He's here for the vibes. Is it gay if I'm in a gay relationship with my gay boyfriend? Yeah, I'm gonna say so, yeah. I've had a lot of questions about my weirdest hookup or experience on the G app. Honestly, I can't really say much on there because I know I like talk a lot about it and I do a lot of story times, but I've only met up with a handful of guys from there. I did have my first ever hookup where he came straight to my house recently. This is really TMI, by the way. Like, please don't watch this bit if you're like really young. I had my first ever experience where he came straight to my house, and I discovered it was not for me personally. And that's okay because like we assume that in like gay culture everyone should be really really sexually active and having so much anonymous sex because that is kind of the norm, especially in like gay male culture. But it's so okay for that to not be your thing, and that's not my thing. Have you ever made out with your friend whilst drunk and not mentioned it? No, because when I make out with my friends, it is talked about for months after. Are there any gay animals? I don't know. Let's look that one up. Are there any gay animals? Looks like there's a problem with your internet connection. Sounds homophobic. Homosexual behavior in animals. Yes, please. Can I get like a list of gay animals? I feel like there's gonna be somewhere. Okay. Birds, black swans, albatrosses, blue ducks, ibises, mallards, penguins. These are all gay, and these are just the birds. Let's find some like actual mammals. Amazon dolphins, American bisons, bats. Bats are my favorite animal. That's so fun. I love that bats are gay. And then they've listed every single species of bats. More than 20 species of bats have been documented to engage in homosexual behavior. Keep that one noted. Bottlenose dolphins, elephants, giraffes, humpback whales, marmots, lions, polecats, primates. Wait, polecats? That sounds like a strip club. But yes, there are many, many homosexual animals. Many, many gay animals. Uh, we are not alone. We are not alone on this. We did not make this. They are the trendsetters. What, in your opinion, is the gayest fruit? I'm gonna say kiwi. I don't know why. It just gives like they them butch energy. Can trans men be lesbians? I don't care what you identify as. I think the most masculine thing I can do as a trans man is not give a single shit about your identity. So I'm gonna say yes, and no one should care because it's no one's business. How do I protect myself and my feelings dating as a trans guy? I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. Firstly, like for peace of mind, sometimes it is just better to date other trans people. Obviously, that is not for everyone. People have preferences in certain places, and that is so okay. However, that's something I find I prefer dating trans people just because they get me better. I think also just avoiding people who haven't dated trans people before, but also avoiding people who, cis people especially, who only date trans people. That's a big ick for me. That's a big, big ick because it's kind of like giving chaser a little bit. I think just like go on dates, meet people, but make sure that they understand you and don't ever let anyone tell you what to wear. Don't ever let anyone convince you that you're something that you're not. Don't ever let people like coerce you into not being your authentic self because we hear all these like horror stories of like queer people going into relationships with straight men or cisgendered men and suddenly they're detransitioning. And I mean, do what you want to do what's best for you ultimately, but stay safe out there because there are a lot of really nasty people who really get off on like dating a trans person or a non-binary person and wanting them not to be. It's weird. It's really weird. But yeah, essentially just like communicate, put boundaries in place, tell them what works for you, tell them what doesn't work, and make sure that they understand you and that they understand all these little things that make up our identities. Do I have to tell my mum about getting top surgery as an adult? Well, it really depends. And I'm speaking from the perspective of a person who hasn't had top surgery, however, is currently looking into it. And there's a bunch of things involved in that. There's the cost, there's where you're going to get it, who you're going to get it with, how you're going to get it. And then there's how much of your family do you need to tell that to? I talked about this in my last video about how like there are varying degrees of being out. You can be out to your friends and family, but then maybe go on hormones and that becomes a whole nother conversation of like, wait, like, do I need to tell everyone? How does this happen? How does this work? And I think like ultimately do what's safest for you. This is a question that's kind of bugging me at the moment in my own personal life. And I don't want to go into that much detail about my family at the moment because it's still like a really rocky journey for me and it is like quite a soft spot. But it really depends. I mean, if you're like not in contact with them anymore, just do it. To be fair, I know people who are in contact with their families very, very, very loosely to the point of almost being zero contact, but have gotten top surgery and just not told them. Or people who are in contact with their families and have gotten top surgery and then told them. And I think ultimately you need to like assess your own situation and see what's best for you. But yeah, it depends. I forgot to film an outro for this video. I did have some other questions, but I don't think I answered them very well, so I'm not going to bother editing that. But if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a comment and share it about. My YouTube content doesn't do very well, so I don't do much of it, but I would like to be doing more of it. Also, if you want me to do another video like this, comment below some questions and I will answer them in a different video where I look a lot cooler and a lot less brunette. So yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.